Hello, so we're going to have a look at a few more examples on finding the roots of quadratic equations. So let's suppose we've got 6x squared minus x minus 15, um, which equals 0. And we want to find the root. So straight away, we do the usual, find the process of factoring first. So in this case, we find that 6 times negative 15, which is negative 90, so that's our AC, and negative 1 is our B. So I think we sort of know that 9 and 10 will give us 90. And we also know that 10 minus 9 gives us 1. Um, so we just got to get the signs right. So let's say if we have negative 10 times 90, well, that will give us negative 90. So that's all good. And if we have negative 10 plus 9, so that will give us negative 1. So our numbers are negative 10 and 9. So we'll rewrite this as 6x squared minus 10x plus 9x minus 15, which is equal to 0. And we will now group these two sides. So we group this and group that. We sort of know that 2 is going to be the common factor in this case. So 2x goes into 3x to give us 6x squared minus 5 plus 3 will be the common factor here. So that's 3 goes into 3x to give us 9x minus 5. So once again, we've got 3x take 5. That'll be 2x plus 3, which is equal to 0. So to find the roots, we equate each of these terms to 0. 3x take 5 is 0, which means x is 5 over 3. That's our first root. Now, our second root is 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, and x is equal to negative 3 on 2. That is our second root. So that's how we go about this. Let's have a look at one more example. So let's say we've got 8x squared plus 10x minus 25, which equals 0. So once again, our AC will be 8 into negative 25, which gives minus 200. And our B is 10. Right, so let's find out numbers that add up to 10 and multiply to 200. And just by looking at this, we know that 20 and 10 are sort of going to be the numbers to work with here. But we got to play around with the signs. So we know that negative 10 times 20 will give us negative 200. So that's all good. Negative 20 plus 10, negative 10 plus 20 is also 10. So that's great. So we know that it's negative 10 and 20. So then we can write this as following. 8x squared plus 20x minus 10x minus 25, which is equal to 0. So we can factor this and factor this, right? So in order to find out here, we know that 4 will be the common factor. So we know that 4x can go into 2x plus 5 and minus 5 will be the common factor here to give us 2x, and that will also be a plus 5 over here. So our factorized form will be 2x plus 5, which goes into 4x, take 5 to give us 0. Now, in order to find the root, we equate both of these to 0. That's 2x plus 5 equals 0. So x is minus 5 on 2, which is really negative 2.5. And we also know that 4x take 5 has to equal 0 for the second root. So x is 5 over 4. So x is 5 over 4, and that is our second root. So hopefully that's enough examples for us to understand how to solve roots of quadratic equations by equating the two factored terms to 0. And I'll see you in the next video.